Webcam do.
Hi everyone, so we're just going to do what's probably going to be the final one in painting of a still life. So I'm going to continue mine in acrylics, Phil's going to continue with oils. So what we've got to look at now is how we're going to finish it off. So what we've got to look at is things that we maybe want to take back a little bit more, like I want to bottle back a little bit, things I might want to bring forward, and just look at the contrast of it, yeah? So I mix myself some greys, as well as I've got my other colours, and I'm just going to try and take that back a wee bit and then see if I can bring that forward. And again, looking at the contrast. What are you up to, Phil?
I'm going to start the glazing process. I've already established the initial glazing on these two bottles here. I'll demonstrate what my thinking is with the with one of the. It's probably the back jar. I'll start doing. So first of all, because it's technically the light that is lighting the subject is a warm light, therefore we need to put some warm accents into the subject so we have some idea of.
Again, that's why we use our warm and cool colours, because we do have different lights, so that's how we can emphasise it as well.
So I've just started to put an orange over this side of the forms to show the direction of light, the direction of the light in, and hopefully the warm and cool aspects of the subject. Now I'll just put a blue on the opposite side just to cool the shadow side. With the glazing, as with colour theory, if you put, in this case, a blue over an orange or an orange over a blue glaze, then you are going to get a certain amount of greys developing, which is, personally, I think is very important for a painting. So if you use greys, then the brighter colours will automatically look brighter. So the idea that you just throw bright colours and brighter colours still onto a painting to make it a bright painting, a bright colourful painting, is counterintuitive. You need something dark, mid-tone, grey to establish the lighter, more vibrant colour. I'm also painting this negatively, which I mentioned earlier on in the previous sessions on still life. Right, now I'm jumping the gunners slightly here now. What I would generally do is allow those to dry. The glazes really do need to be dry before you start glazing again. This, don't forget that you can glaze over glazes, and glazes over glazes. You can use 10, 20, 30 different layers of glazes on a painting quite easily. But what there's the next the next step is to use a scumble just to bring out the whiteness of the object. Now it's up to you how detailed you want this to be in a final painting. But right now, it'll be very detrimental to the finished piece if you start over detailing now. So as you can see, the objects are starting to be given volume and three-dimensionality, which is what we're after in this case.
So I'll just keep adding my detail to it. I'm using quite a dry brush, quite a small brush as well. And again, I'm just going to keep going round and just keep adding to it really until I feel like I'm happy, I've had enough. Like looking at the contrast again where I want it to make it a little bit darker. I was looking at this relationship between this front bottle and that back bottle here. Even though it's lighter, you don't want it to make it too light, so it kind of is as bright as that and it comes too far forward. So again, like Phil was saying, that's where your greys come in. And we've talked about this a bit, you know, and we're going to do more of it. How you put one colour next to the other to help it stand out a little bit and build up those layers and that depth to it. But the good thing is, here, just a minute ago, I put an orange on it, and I thought, well, I don't need an orange there because it's too much. So I can just go over it with that grey and take it down, but I need a little bit in there as a reflection. But you see, just changing that tone a little bit can bring things forward, just a wee bit, and it's that subtlety really. So like, the reason I don't like this so much is I don't like that white, because it's not white, it's just lighter. So I've just got to try and play about with that a little bit more. Otherwise, if I make it too white, it bounces off and looks like it's hovering. Doesn't look like it's part of the rest of the painting.
Right, so what we've got now, we've got the three smaller components of the still life. At this stage, I'm very happy with that at this stage. It is showing the volume that is necessary, but still there's a great deal of space within this painting to allow you to focus your ideas. Now, one thing here, because of the setup, and this second bottle is behind this first bottle, then it is going to be slightly darker so that it recedes away from, and it's got quite a strong shadow. So what I'm doing now is, if you go over you just slightly go over it with a wee bit of white, but mix it with the glazes, the blue glaze and the orange. then it remains dark, but it has got definition in its body. So I would, with these three objects here, the little jars, I would do the same build, but slightly more detailed than these two bottles. These two bottles are out, in some respects, are out of the focus of the still life. These are giving you a height to your painting. These probably around this area would be the most detailed, the most refined area, because that's where our focal point is. And everything again away from that bleeds out into, in this case, a vignette, which darken the corners so that it enhances the centre of the painting. But I'm happy with that right now.
See what I just did then? I just put that extra bit of blue there. Need to take that down a bit. Okay, so I think, like Phil says, I'm a bit happier with that now. Again, we can just keep working at it. Add as much as we want to it. So just a quick is to start off quite large with your brush, you know, get your brush marks in, build it up, and then the more you go on, the more you can add your detail to it. That's it. So I'm quite happy with that. Quite like the way it's turned out. So hopefully that was of some use. If you've got any questions, please ask us and we'll try and help you out. Okay, so thanks very much for joining us. See you soon. Bye.